We're at the second intermission. Saturday night is 32 Thoughts presented by GMC and the new Sierra AT4X. Jeff, Marek, Elliotte Friedman, and the Vancouver Canucks. There's lots going on right there. So let's begin with the Tanner Pearson story, Ellie.
Well, Ron, the first thing I do is if you're still curious about this, you need the best context. I would go to sportsnet.ca and read Ian McIntyre's excellent story that he filed last night, because that gives a great picture of what's going on. And in it, Jim Rutherford said he wants to have a meeting with all of the stakeholders to sort this out, figure it out, and get to the bottom of it. I don't think that's going to happen before the NHL Players Association meets with Pearson's camp first. And I believe that's going to happen early next week. It's now involved. It wants to get all of the information, and it wants to see where this is going to go and what it needs to do as part of it. Also, I believe early next week, Pearson is going to have another surgery. And while no date is set, I think he's going to have another one after that. So obviously the biggest concern is for Pearson. I hope this all works itself out, but there is real concern about the future of his career and what this is all going to mean. But I think the next big step is the Players Association getting involved and figuring out what it needs to do.
Okay, let's get to talk it in a minute. First of all the names and what might be happening with Schenn and Horvat, Besser, Kuzmenko. Where do you want to start?
Well, I'll start with Schenn, because where did Luke Schenn win 2 Stanley Cups, Ron?
Tampa.
That's right, the Tampa Bay Lightning. He was 2-time Stanley Cup champion with them, and I believe they are interested again. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a pitch for his services, and I think they're a legit contender to get him.
But Horvat, meanwhile, Vancouver Canucks captain, having a career season right now, and the Vancouver Canucks have spoken to some teams about him and his availability. At least one of those conversations revolved around 3 players, including that team's #1 prospect. Now, I wouldn't describe at this point any of these conversations as serious. It sounds very much more like the Vancouver Canucks are just trying to read the marketplace and get a sense of what they could do at this point. And there's 2 ways, really, that the Vancouver Canucks can do a deal with their captain. One is a deal with Bo Horvat as a strict rental. The other, they would allow the trading team to talk to Pat Morris, Bo Horvat's agent, and put together a bigger deal and a contract extension. As of this point right now, the Vancouver Canucks have not allowed any team to talk to Pat Morris. The belief is as well that Vancouver will go back to Horvat's camp at least one more time for one more, perhaps last volley, to try to get a contract extension done. We'll see where that one goes.
And we've been talking last few days about Rick Tocchet and the possibility of him there. When and if the whole coaching change comes, I do believe it's going to be Rick Tocchet, Ron.
David Pastrnak. Gorgeous goal again tonight. What's the latest on him?
Well, I want to be careful with this one, but the word around the league is that the Bruins and Pastrnak have been making some progress. Don't get out of control with that, but I just want to say the word is it appears as if some progress is being made in that negotiation. I still think there are things that need to get done, but the word of the Saturday for Pastrnak is progress.
Good. You've got a trio of names, Jeff.
Yeah, there's a few here. So Vince Dunn, Seattle Kraken. So Seattle might be the best story going in hockey right now. Going into tonight's game against the Chicago Blackhawks, they've won 7 games in a row, could be en route to their 8th right now. And in those games, their #1 scorer is Vince Dunn, defenseman for the Seattle Kraken. Top pair with Adam Larsson, plays 23 minutes tonight. He's a pending restricted free agent at season's end. And although the 2 sides have had a couple of very casual, brief conversations, it seems as if both sides are content to push this thing into the summer. Again, he's a restricted free agent with arbitration rights. He makes $4 million right now, 1 year away from unrestricted free agency. Vince Dunn has a big contract on the horizon for him. Also, the Columbus Blue Jackets, in advance of the trade deadline, have started talking to teams about Gustav Nyquist. He's an impending unrestricted free agent. And if the deal is right, it sounds like the Arizona Coyotes would part with netminder Karel Vejmelka, having a wonderful season at a very cost-controlled 2-year, $2.7 million contract. That would be a good one for teams.
Finally, guys, tonight, if I wasn't here with you, there's only one other place I'd rather be, and that would be 2 hours east of us in Kingston, Ontario, to see the Stewart brothers honored tonight.
Hey.
The numbers raised to the rafter. There's our great teammate, Anthony First, and his brother, Chris. Anthony's number 13, Chris is number 24. They were great Frontenacs. The numbers raised to the rafters. Wish we could have been there in person to see it. No, it's a great night for that family. Anthony, we are happy for you and your brother. We know how much it means.